16 who have participated in football, cheerleading, team, and band during the fall sports season. They've added many memorable moments to our school life by sharing their talent, enthusiasm, hard work, and love of their particular sports. We are very proud of their accomplishments and grateful for their contributions. We would also like to recognize and say thank you to their parents for their unwavering support of their sons and daughters and the programs here at Knoxville Catholic High School. Please share your appreciation for their efforts with a round of applause while they are introduced on the field. Football, Jones Albritton, with parents Sam and Michelle Albritton and grandparents Tom and Chris Kirkland. Cooper Edenfield, with mother Kara Edenfield. Augustus Fortune, with parents Chris and Kathleen Fortune and sister Scarlett. Jake Kyle, with parents Kent and Elaine Kyle. James Orler, with parents Robert and Jennifer Orler and grandparents Jim and Janet Orler. Jake Posbut, with parents David Posbut and Susan Niedergaset. Logan Punch, with parents Dr. Jerry and Joni Punch and sister Jessie. Payne McNutt, with parents Tom and Renee McNutt. Will Mullally, with parents Mike and Laura Mullally. Austin Rowan, with parents Mitchell and Alfie Rowan and brother Jackson. Jack Staley, with parents Jim and Patrice Staley. 5 senior cheerleaders tonight. Kristen Fields, with parents Rod and Leanne Fields and sister Kelsey. Kaylee Harden, with parents Scott and Jasmine Harden. Audrey McDonald, with parents Philip and Beth McDonald and brother Ryan. Ella Masri, with parents Brian Masri and Mary Margaret Rosenblum. And Natalie Zuraff, with parents Thomas Zuraff and sister Jacqueline. On the dance team, Shelby Bryant, with parents Daryl Ward and Tracy Hare Ward. Band members James Cox, with parents Bennett and Mary Ellen Cox. Olivia Flourish, with parents Frank and Rita Flourish. Regina Fox, with parents Jim and Mary Fox. And Melinda Taylor, with mother Kathleen Taylor and grandparents Jack and Eileen DeRogue. Please give these seniors and their parents a very well-deserved round of applause for their many contributions to Knoxville Catholic High School.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Irish Streaming Hour presented by Smith-Built Homes. I'm Manny Mountain alongside Kendra Sobrowski and Parker Bevins. And you know what, it's hard to believe that it's already senior night here at Catholic, and Parker, you being a senior, can you talk a little about what the feeling is tonight?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely going to be a fun atmosphere to be around. You know, all of us have, poured the last 4 years into to come into these games. I played football for 3 years, so this is going to be kind of an emotional night for me, seeing all my friends graduate. It's just going to be fun, but I'm sure there's going to be a few tears spread out there by the seniors. We hope that you guys just enjoyed the pageantry, watching the 20 Irish students who've kind of given their all for the Irish for the last 4 years. They just got recognized out on the field. We were glad to be able to bring you guys that. It's always nice to highlight the people that aren't always in the spotlight, give everybody a chance to be seen.
It's the last regular season home game tonight versus the Highlanders from Cloudland. And while starting kind of rough this season, the last few games, I think the Irish have really gained a lot of momentum.
I think they have too. It's been big for us just to kind of get some of those confidence wins. Starting out the season, whenever we looked at the schedule before the season even started, looking at how many state championship caliber teams we had to play before the beginning of the year, I know that a lot of the fans, a lot of the students were okay with dropping a few of those games. We were playing really, really high-quality teams. So, those losses are kind of fading off into the background. This will be our third game in a row if we were to be able to win tonight against a surprisingly good Cloudland team who's coming in undefeated to this game. Being in a single-A school, they're a little bit smaller. But, it's still going to be a challenge for the Irish. Still going to have to play good football.
And Kendra, being a freshman, you don't really know a ton about being the older person on a team, but you've definitely heard a lot about senior leadership. So what do you think the importance is of having those seniors?
Well, it's important to show the newer ones coming in how you exactly do things and just getting them pumped up and ready to go for a big game.
And Parker, can you kind of recap last week's big win for Catholic over the Hornets, and what do you see that you liked?
Well, last week, Andy, when we were talking before the game, I told everybody that I thought it was going to be crucial to see Amari have a big game. And he must have heard me say that. His ears must have started burning a little bit because he certainly did that. Went out, played a phenomenal game last week. They're building up a lot of momentum coming into this game. I've been saying for the last few weeks I thought Carter was our last super challenging game. The last game that we really wanted to get past before we saw ourselves as being kind of home free. So with last week's win, like I was talking about, we did secure a higher seed in the playoffs. So that's going to look like we're going to be facing Fulton in the second round now as opposed to the first.
Are there areas that the team can improve on? Obviously, there's always improvement, but what do you think those are for the Irish?
We've been preaching on it all year, and I'm honestly getting a little tired of saying it, but penalties. We gotta cut down on the penalties. Last week we did phenomenal. We really didn't have any unforced penalties. Everything was pretty routine. We got a couple of pass interference penalties, which I personally thought were a little questionable, but that happens, and coach will definitely give up a few of those penalties as long as we're playing tough.
And now with it being senior night, this week the Irish Streaming Network's Marie Campbell spoke with Will Mullally about his time playing for the Irish, as he and the other seniors will possibly run out onto Holland Field at Blaine Stadium for the last time tonight.
Hi, you're watching the Irish Streaming Network presented by Smithville Homes. I'm Senior Marie Campbell here with Senior Defensive Lineman Will Mullally. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Good. How do you think we will do this weekend against Cloudland? Do you think we have a good chance of winning?
I think we have a great team. They're pretty good too. They got a bunch of try-hard players. They got about 22 on the roster. But I still think we have a good chance of winning.
That's good. What kind of things has the team been doing in practice to prepare for this upcoming game?
Well, it's been a little bit of a light week of practice for us to get us ready for this game. I mean, we've had a lot of hard weeks in the past, kind of built up injuries and stuff like that. Kind of working on healing those up.
All right. Well, do you feel any added pressure with this game being our last home game, homecoming, senior night, and the end of Spirit Week?
Not really. We're just treating it like a normal game.
Okay. I know that in the past years the team has looked up to the seniors for guidance. Do you feel like you and the other seniors have become those role models for the younger players?
At the beginning of the year, it was a little hard, but I feel like we've kind of adapted into that role.
All right. What was your favorite moment of playing Catholic football over the last years be?
I've got to go with Gaddy's because we kind of started that, and I think it'll live on forever.
Forever?
Yeah, all forever.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. Good luck on your game. And you guys are watching the Irish Streaming Network presented by Smithville Homes. Have a great day and go Irish.
Thanks, Marie, for that report. Earlier in the week as well, the Irish Streaming Network's Kendra Zabrowski spoke with sophomore Morgan Ernst about tonight's homecoming game against the Highlanders.
Hi, and welcome to the Irish Streaming Network, presented by Smith Bell Homes. I'm freshman Kendra Zabrowski, here today with sophomore Morgan Ernst. How are you today, Morgan?
I'm doing great.
You started on the team in your freshman year. How has this helped you progress in these past 2 years on the team?
Well, it's really helped me to kind of get a feel for the speed of the game, so that way I can know how much I need to improve whenever I go out there each game.
How have you improved from last year to this year?
Well, I changed positions from last year to this year. I'm a safety this year as opposed to what I was last year, which was linebacker. So it's kind of helped me to be a little bit more out in the open field, make more tackles, get in a better position to make plays.
This week we are taking on Cloudland here at home. What are the keys for the defense for stopping the opposing team's offense? And are there any particular players to watch out for?
Well, really, we just have to play as a team and just need to stop their defense. It's a very general thing, but we need to play as a team and get all of our game together and play our hearts out, or else we will get embarrassed by Cloudland. And as far as their team or their players to watch, they don't really have too many that are great players. But again, if we don't make our right reads, make the right, do the right, or read our keys or whatever, then